The details of this lesson is in the text. I'm going to hand you over to my friends who are going to analyze the text and provide you deeper insights in a bite-sized and interesting way.
Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we're going to be looking into something a little different.
Oh.
But very, very cool.
I like cool.
We're going to be doing a deep dive into the world of dance fitness.
Ah, very cool.
Yeah, so we're going to be looking into all the ins and outs, and we've got a ton of research and articles here.
Sounds good.
And yeah, our mission is to figure out,
What's the deal?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Can teaching dance fitness, can it actually, pay the bills?
Right, so not just shaking your groove thing.
Yeah, exactly. There's,
More to it.
I think there's a whole business side to it that we're going to explore.
Yeah, there is actually. People think of dance, right, as this glamorous thing, this artistic pursuit, which it is.
Yeah.
But it doesn't always mean a steady income.
Right, especially for performers.
Yeah, especially for performers.
So I've always wondered, how do the finances, how do they actually stack up
Okay.
for someone who's like a dance fitness instructor versus, like a performer
Yeah, that's a good question.
on a more traditional dance circuit?
It is a good question. And luckily we've got the numbers.
Okay.
Our sources actually break it down and compare potential earnings for both.
Oh, wow.
So a traditional dancer might get 5 gigs a year, let's say, at an average of 200 pounds per gig.
Okay.
That's 1,000 pounds annually.
Yeah.
But it's not predictable. It comes and goes.
Right. It's not consistent.
Not consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Travel, costumes, all of that play a part.
Of course.
It all adds up.
Yeah. So much competition as well.
So much competition, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the performer side of it.
Okay.
Now, if you look at the dance fitness instructor,
Okay.
they could potentially teach 48 classes a year at 30 pounds per class.
Wow.
So that's 1,440 pounds annually.
Oh, wow.
So not only is it more than a performer could expect, it's also way more consistent.
Right. Because you're not chasing gigs or,
You're not chasing gigs, dealing with all that inconsistency.
Yeah. You've got a regular thing.
You know exactly when you're working.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
You know exactly what's coming in.
Yeah, so we're seeing a clear advantage potentially
Yes.
for someone who's teaching dance fitness.
Absolutely. And there's another thing as well.
Yeah.
The allure of the gym.
Yeah.
A lot of instructors work at fitness centers,
That makes sense.
which comes with some nice perks.
Yeah, like a free gym membership.
Exactly. Who wouldn't want that?
I know, it's the best of both worlds.
Yeah. Getting paid to work out and share your passion.
Amazing. So it's not just about the money then?
No. And it also reflects a bigger trend. This gig economy.
Oh, yeah.
Dance fitness instruction fits in perfectly with that.
Okay.
Flexible hours, independent contracting, project-based work. It's all about, creating your own path,
Yeah.
your own world.
So it really embodies this shift towards independent work.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Passion-driven.
So it's not just being stuck in a 9-to-5.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can, like you said, make your own path.
Yeah. But also people who want to go solo,
Oh, yeah.
people who want to build their own brand.
Okay, yeah.
They could rent a studio, for private classes.
Right.
That's a whole other thing.
That's really interesting.
It is.
So that's another earning possibility.
Yeah. And it could be a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Our sources say it's really impressive how much you can make.
Wow.
So imagine this, right? You rent a studio
Okay.
and you charge 8 pounds per person
Okay.
and you have 25 people in your class.
Okay, so that's 200 pounds per class.
200 pounds per class.
Wow.
And let's say you do 48 of those a year.
Okay.
That's almost 10,000 pounds annually.
Oh my gosh. That's
That's a lot.
amazing. Yeah, that really highlights the potential of
Yeah.
dance fitness.
Huge potential.
But there are costs involved as well, right?
Yeah, of course.
To actually become an instructor.
You can't just waltz into a gym and start teaching.
Right.
Most places require a qualification called the Exercise to Music Level 2 certificate.
Okay.
It's like the industry standard.
Okay.
It makes sure that instructors know what they're doing.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Anatomy, physiology, music selection,
Oh, wow.
safe exercise techniques, class structure.
So it's really comprehensive.
It's about safety for the clients and credibility for the instructor.
Right. So you're not just
Winging it.
yeah, exactly. You know what you're doing.
Right. So that Exercise to Music Level 2 certificate.
Yeah.
That's essential. And that costs.
About 700 pounds.
Okay.
Plus you have recurring expenses,
Right.
music licensing insurance, maybe some promotional costs.
So on top of the 700, it's another
20 to 400 pounds annually.
Okay, so it is like an investment then.
Yeah. It's an investment in your career.
Okay, so we've got the earning potential, we've
Yeah.
got the gym scene, the private classes, the certification,
Yeah.
but there's also the legal side of things,
Oh, yeah, we can't forget about that.
which is maybe not as fun.
Not as glamorous,
Ugh.
but still really important. So when it comes to private studio hire, it can get a little tricky.
Okay.
Our sources say that fitness centers often make instructors sign agreements that basically transfer liability.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in case a participant gets hurt.
So, like, if someone twists their ankle or something,
Yeah,
it's on the instructor.
the instructor is responsible, not the fitness center.
Wow, that seems a bit...
One-sided.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty common practice.
Okay.
But it does raise some questions.
Yeah. Is it fair?
Yeah, like, is it fair to put all the risk on the instructor?
Right.
And what about the fitness centers, you know?
Right. Are they doing enough to make sure people are safe?
Exactly. It gets complicated.
Yeah. So it's not just about the fun and the fitness.
No.
There's like real legal stuff to think about.
Yeah, you got to know your stuff.
Right.
And that's something we'll dive deeper into as we go.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, this is fascinating.
Yeah, it is.
The world of dance fitness.
I know. Who knew there was so much to it?
I know, right?
So we've seen that dance fitness can be like a really viable career path.
Yeah, definitely.
And it could be even more stable than, like traditional dance performing.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
But I want to talk about something else for a second.
Okay, what's that?
Something that really stood out to me when we were looking at all this research.
Okay, I'm curious.
It's this idea that dance fitness, it's not just about making money.
Right.
It's part of something bigger, like a cultural shift.
Oh, yeah.
It's changing how we think about exercise and entertainment.
I see what you mean.
Yeah. So it's like dance fitness has kind of turned the whole idea of working out upside down.
Yeah, it's not a chore anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Remember like back in the day when exercise was just like,
Ugh, something you had to do.
I know it was like a punishment.
Treadmill, the weights, all that.
I was like, oh, I got to go to the gym.
But dance fitness, it's different.
It is. It's like,
It's fun.
yeah, you're like, oh, I get to go dance.
You let loose. You connect with people.
And you get a great workout too.
Yeah. Exactly. It's like sneaking in a workout while you're having a blast.
Yeah. And that's powerful, like changing how you think about it.
It is. It's not about enduring it anymore.
Yeah. It's about enjoying it
It's about feeling good.
and feeling empowered.
Exactly. You're in control.
Yeah. You choose something you like
Something that fits you.
and that makes you want to keep doing it.
Yeah, that's the key, sustainability.
Right. Because if you hate it, you're not going to stick with it.
Exactly. But if you love it,
Then it becomes part of your life.
and the social part helps too.
Well, yeah, for sure.
You're not alone. You've got this community.
Like a built-in support system.
Yeah, people who get you.
It's like a party.
It is. It's a party disguised as a workout.
Speaking of parties,
Yeah.
we talked about earning potential, but what about
The money.
like managing all that?
Right. Budgeting.
Our sources didn't really touch on that.
That's true. They didn't.
So what would you say to aspiring dance fitness instructors
Okay.
about budgeting and planning their finances?
Well, the first thing is you got to track everything.
Everything.
Yeah. Income, expenses, all of it.
That sounds kind of tedious.
It can be, but it's super important.
Okay, so spreadsheets are my friend.
Spreadsheets are good.
Okay.
There are also apps, designed for small businesses.
Oh, cool.
The point is find something that works for you and be consistent.
Right. Track it all.
Class fees, studio rental music, licensing insurance, even your outfits.
Wow. So it's about knowing where your money's going
Exactly. Then
Yeah.
you can see if you're overspending.
or where you could cut back.
Exactly.
Okay, good to
I
know.
didn't forget about taxes.
Oh, yeah, taxes.
You're self-employed, so you got to handle those yourself.
Okay,
So set some money aside for that.
right. Plan ahead.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got tracking expenses and taxes. What else?
Pricing.
Pricing.
Yeah, you got to think strategically about that.
Okay.
It's tempting to be the cheapest, but that's not always the best move.
Okay, so don't undercut yourself.
Right. Research what others are charging. Think about your experience, your qualifications.
Right. Know your worth.
Exactly. You're
Yeah.
not just selling a workout. You're selling an experience.
Yeah, like a community, a feeling.
Exactly.
So don't sell yourself short.
Right.
Okay, so budgeting, pricing, taxes. What about investments?
Good question. So besides your initial certification,
Yeah.
you can invest in professional development.
Okay, like what kind of things?
Courses,
Yeah.
workshops, conferences.
So always learning new stuff.
Yeah, staying up to date.
Makes sense.
And marketing. That's a big one.
Oh, right. Like getting your name out there.
A website, photos, videos, social media.
So it's about presenting yourself well.
Yeah, online and in person.
So we've talked about a lot, the money side of things.
We have.
But I think there's something bigger here, too.
Okay, what do you mean?
It's about how work is changing. you know,
Oh, interesting.
and how people are chasing their passions.
I see what you mean.
Yeah, like dance fitness. It shows that you can
Yeah.
have a job you love.
Make a living doing what you're passionate about.
Exactly, and that's amazing.
It is. It's about finding fulfillment.
Yeah, it's not just a job. It's like,
It's part of who you are
and it brings you joy.
and connects you with others.
So as we finish up this part,
Yeah.
I want you to think about this.
Okay.
How can you bring more passion into your own work?
That's a good question.
Yeah, whatever you do,
Yeah.
how can you make it more fulfilling?
Something to think about.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay, so we're back for the final part.
Final act of our dance fitness journey.
Man, we've covered so much already.
Yeah, the money stuff, the cultural impact.
We saw how dance fitness can be a real career.
Potentially even better than traditional performing.
And it's not just about the exercise.
No, it's about empowerment, community.
Like finding that joy in movement.
But there's one more thing.
Oh, yeah.
Online platforms.
Oh, yes. This is where it gets really exciting.
It's like a whole new world.
The Wild West of dance fitness.
So many possibilities.
And challenges too, right?
Of course, but
Yeah.
imagine this. You're an instructor in a small town.
Okay.
Before these platforms, your reach was limited.
Yeah, just your local people.
But now you can teach anyone, anywhere.
Wow.
Like you could be leading a class in London
Yeah.
and have people joining in from Sydney.
From all over.
It's incredible.
It's like having a global dance studio.
exact no boundaries.
So that's amazing. But what else are these platforms doing?
Well, they're giving instructors more control.
Control over what?
Their careers, their income.
Okay, how so?
They can create their own online courses,
Oh,
offer live streamed classes.
so they don't even need a studio.
Not necessarily. They can even build like online communities.
Oh, wow. So it's like their own little empire?
Yeah, exactly. You set your own schedule, create your own content.
Build your own brand.
It's the ultimate freedom.
But freedom comes with responsibility, right?
Yeah, of course there are challenges.
Like what?
Well, it's a competitive space,
Right? Everyone's online now.
so you have to stand out.
So it's not just about being a good dancer.
No, you need more.
Like what?
Marketing skills, tech skills.
You have to be an entrepreneur.
Exactly. You have to build a following.
So it's a whole new skill set.
But it's exciting.
It is, yeah. It's like the whole industry is evolving,
It's not just about gyms and studios anymore.
right? It's about connecting online,
Building a digital presence.
creating an experience.
But at its core, it's still about
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, about that human connection,
Sharing the joy of dance.
feeling that empowerment.
No matter how much technology changes things.
We still crave that connection.
Exactly.
So as we wrap up our dance fitness deep dive,
Yeah.
I want you to think about this.
Okay.
What role does movement play in your life?
Good question.
How can you bring more joy into your routine?
Yeah.
Maybe this has inspired you to try out dance fitness,
Find your tribe.
whether it's online or in person.
Keep moving.
Keep exploring. And until next time,
Happy dancing.
keep diving deep.
Hey, it's Ravi again. Weren't my friends fantastic? I hope you found the way they explain things really interesting, and please do continue on with the course.